This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself?
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any-
Shenhe, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest... But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plastrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will... As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for... Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work...
Shenhe, Shenhe, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big...
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some mega makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Serious.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just through the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a Let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. See you.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
One with nature.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her...
Her Adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the... Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and that she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhe might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding, even had the stalemate continued.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god and a...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a time. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew strong. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, the red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have... It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching.
So, Shenhe isn't an adept. Hey! So, Shenhe...
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you. After all, master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience trying... Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an adeptus or a human isn't the important thing.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey, person Paimon doesn't
the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to—
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beidou, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is, sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, but to be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able— Wow! So it looks like— Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. Sounds great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so how'd I do? Is that what you—
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw material.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yun? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ning— Ooh, what's the opera called? The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about it. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation. Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of—
Of course I have.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe—
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yun. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, I'm really not sure. Sorry. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation, I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favor, just perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks, and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti. The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though? It's the story of a girl becoming a hero. Cool! A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite! The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me." What a nasty piece of work! Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place! But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward. No! Don't do it, little girl! Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Time to go. Into the wind. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there? Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us. Huh, he didn't seem to catch that. Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted... Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, what? Shenhe, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium, but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhe? Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe. Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
I came back here once before. It was deserted then, too. Except for a few low-life bandits. everyone and everything I remembered. I tried explaining to them that I wasn't an adeptus. When I saw how run down all these houses were, I felt at a loss.
Suddenly, so much time.
Last time I visited, I felt so upset. But today...
It is easy for your mind to run wild when you are alone. But this...
Yes, my...
Huh. What's this? So, now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and so that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera, and she didn't volunteer. She was... Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was... Oh, it looks like my...
Gather!
So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster. His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved away in fear, without ever... Still, I do wonder what the connection is between...
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there. This is it! So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Subrosium! Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news!
Stabilize! One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. And, well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns...
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot...
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
One with nature.
Shadows made any progress.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. But these things can be unpredictable. Only a single mountain lies between here. If things get out of control, I will defend this place.
This is some top-quality ore you found. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a...
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your... Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next. But where should we find items relating to...
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got...
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from... Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And
without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for...
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make...
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be...
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead.
Into the wind!
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest...
What? It's over already?
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou?
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later.
All right, then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming.
One with nature. Time to go. The wind knows me. Into the wind. One with nature. The wind knows me. One with nature. Into the wind. One with nature. Yeah. The wind knows me.
Stabilize!
One with nature. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Thank you all for your work.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement.
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
Oh, a traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, an instinct for what is a good opportunity. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even...
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, You helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, so I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to... No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this was a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably...
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive, as long as you respect the rules here. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging?
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou! It's your turn! Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an amp.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back.
Beidou? Ningguang? What?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity, and I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming!
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
What's that? Wave! A giant wave!
Cursed child! Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
Take your true form!
Solidify!
Time to go. Into the wind.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Stabilize! Stabilize! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Oz, reveal thyself!
Gather! Stabilize! This is order!
My royal
Stabilize! No rest for...
Manifest! My will embodied!
Gather!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Stabilize! No rest for the...
Dog's over!
Gather!
Do your master's bidding!
Solidify! I will have order.
By royal decree.
Quake! Solidify!
Midnight Phantasmagoria. This isn't good. Phew.
Your true form.
Time to go. She's getting away. Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back. I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyun Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take— I wasn't trying to be a hero, though.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she—
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it—
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours. Even if it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidence you have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared— Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that she may be—
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis.
Solidify! Solidify!
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoy. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss... I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going...
批冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。知道为民人不识，自有知音何情思？风铃烈烈见流星，知知不操心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the divine damsel of devastation, the play has an ending. But life goes on.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are, huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel? Let me pull up a chair, all right. We'll all have a...
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice.
Uh-oh. This feels all too familiar. Shenhe's...
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe.
To act. After our trip to Mount Tianheng together, I felt next time I have a new opera, may we study the character.
Now that I think about it, I'm glad Master sent me here to deliver. I'm sure I have much to learn.
You've made an exceptional contribution to... I will not forget this.
I wonder when I'll be... But hey!
More wine! More wine!
This realm... If you ever have any questions...
This realm is... If you ever...
Taking a stroll in the middle of a down... You're certainly right. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Shrine is a sacred place where offerings to Watasumi Omikami are given. The area is closed to outsiders.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Shrine is a sacred place where offerings to Adicione are given. The area is closed to outsiders.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Follow the wind. Time to go. Time to go.
Are you here to play with me? I heard you. Let me amuse myself.
One with nature.
Solidify!
Odds revealed by...
Cross over!
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
This is order.
My royal
The wind knows me. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Time to go. Sure. Into the wind.
So many regrets.
One with nature.
The insect
Into the wind.
shall be punished. Purging transgressions.
One with nature.
A majesty's gift.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Time to go.
Stabilize.
Time to go. Time to go. The wind knows me.
Stabilize!
Odds revealed! Higher, higher, pants on fire!
Run with nature.
Solidify!
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
The wind knows me. A fateful offering.
Time to go.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Stabilize! This is order!
By royal decree! Not over!
Into the wind.
Gather!
One man's stone.
The wind knows me.
Brings a smile to my face.
One with nature. Into the wind.
I will have order.
Odds revealed. Go! Time to go!
One with nature.
As one with wind and cloud.
Night Phantasmagoria.
Into the wind.
By royal decree.
One with nature.
See?
Time to go. Into the wind.
Solidify! This is order!
Odds revealed by... Dog's over!
Brings a smile to my face.
Time to go.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of it?
Time to go. Time to go.
The wind knows me.
Solidify!
Time to go!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Gather! Order guide you!
By royal decree! If we bury it, maybe it'll...
Time to go.
Into the wind.
Gather.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
One with nature.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
I will have order.
As one with wind and cloud.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Into the wind.
Gather.
One with nature.
By royal decree.
Stabilize.
This is order.
Gather.
Into the wind.
Unsolicited.
Time to go. Time to go.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Stabilize.
Oz, reveal. Time to go.
Wind Strider.
A fateful offering.
Time to go. One with nature. Clouds high. The birds come.
Solidify. Order guide you.
By royal decree. Cross over. Go.
Into the wind.
Solidify. As you wish, main Fräulein.
Time to go.
Time to go. Time to go. One with nature.
Stabilize.
Oz, reveal thyself.
I will have order.
Fire, fire, pants on fire.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Follow the wind. Time to go. The wind knows me.
This is order.
Cross over.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Shadow Raven, let night fall. Time to go.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
wind knows me.
By royal decree.
Higher, can't fight fire!
One with nature.
Stabilize. This is order.
Brings a smile to my face.
Into the wind. Follow the wind.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Gather!
Odds reveal thy...
If we dare...
Stabilize!
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Solidify!
My royal decree.
Cross over!
Into the wind.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
The wind knows me.
Brings a smile to my face.
Solidify! I will have order!
The wind knows me. Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Time to go. Time to go.
Odds revealed by... Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Fallen leaves, adorn my
Solidify! This is order!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever... Time to go! Oh, what...
One with nature. Time to go.
The wind knows me.
I will have order.
By royal decree.
Into the wind. A fateful offering.
One with nature.
Solidify!
Odds revealed! This isn't good! Rod's over!
Into the wind. Brings a smile to my face.
By royal decree.
One with nature.
Solidify! Order guide you!
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
wind!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
One with nature! Time to go.
A fateful offering.
Into the wind!
Solidify!
Oz, reveal thyself! Cross over!
A fateful offering.
The wind knows it. One with nature.
By royal decree!
Time to go. Time to go. The wind knows me.
Stabilize! I will have order!
Oz, reveal thy... Higher, higher, can't by fire!
One with nature. Time to go.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
One with wind and cloud!
Solidify! This is order!
Cross over!
The wind knows.
Gather! Order guide you!
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Time to go!
Time to go.
I see your power.
By royal decree.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Cross over!
The wind knows me.
Gather!
Wherever. This world. My home. This blade.